But the fact that they've spent so much money and won't even qualify for Champions League is beyond. I mean, it's embarrassing on not only on a sporting level, but on a business level.
Real Madrid is looking at Christian Pulisic. Bro, you're getting your bench plucked from one of the biggest clubs. Say fans? One of the biggest clubs in the world.
Right.
Bro, that you should be embarrassed.
I mean, look, if they were winning, they wouldn't be embarrassed. But they cannot find a way to just get some victories. They can barely score goals. The goal of the month, who got the goal of the month for Chelsea?
João Felix.
Why did he get the goal of the month? Because it was
was
the
only
only goal of the month for Chelsea. That's brutal.
Bro, that's embarrassing.
They also, they lost to Dortmund in the first leg of the Champions League. I don't, unless that would be the only thing that could save them, I think, if they can win Champions League. But I don't see that happening.
And the players are complaining about preseason. Did you hear about this?
Yeah, dude.
Why are you talking about the past for?
Apparently, yeah, this was a weird quote that somebody was. They asked Graham Potter about sort of like what was going on, and he mentioned that he spoke with some of the senior players, and that they were complaining that the preseason was one of the worst that they've ever had. The logistics were bad. They were traveling a lot, so it brought them into the season.
Oh my God, we had to go on airplanes. That's why we can't win in February. It's because we were on airplanes in the summer.
Hopefully they figure it out because, yeah, their fans are getting pretty upset and they're very, very tired with these results. But
do you think he gets sacked before the end of the season?
It's like it's wild that they haven't sacked him yet because of how poor these performances have been. So I think they're gonna stick with him. That's the only thing I can think. If they haven't fired him yet.
But before that, do you think he's earned because of his pedigree, his IMDb, if you will?
He hasn't earned a thing, and he has said this as well.
Fine, but I don't care about what he said. What do you say?
No.
Do you think he's earned at least the right to have to the end of the season?
But as soon as you're asking that question, has he earned? No one in the Premier League has earned anything. No player has earned or deserves a spot. And with the results Potter has had...
That's not true. Jurgen Klopp is earned to the end of the season.
Or forget the word earned. I mean, Potter,
it seems like an important part of my question.
Graham Potter has not earned anything. He has not earned it because he has not brought victories to this club. He has not given them a stability that they were looking for. They let go of Thomas Tuchel with the mentality of like, the next guy's going to take us to the next level.
No, that's not true. That's not true at all. Tuchel was the guy they brought in to bring him to the next level. Graham Potter was the guy they brought in to stop the Tuchel bleeding. Am I wrong?
Well, Bowley wasn't the one that hired Tuchel. Abramovich hired Tuchel.
I honestly thought you were making the B word thing up when you said Bowley. Who's he actually talking about? Tuchel, say that again?
Abramovich was the one that hired Tuchel. Todd Bowley did not hire Thomas Tuchel. I think when Bowley hired Potter, he was doing just to clear out, I want to bring in my own guy. This is my ownership.
But also, everyone was under the impression that the Thomas Tuchel era was nearing its end.
It was going badly, no doubt, compared to where it had been before.
So Graham Potter wasn't necessarily like, this is the guy to bring us to the next level. There was a slide associated with Thomas Tuchel. And you're like, this is the guy who can not only stop this bleeding, but steer the ship in the correct direction. It wasn't we've gone as far as Thomas Tuchel can take us higher. Like hiring someone right now wouldn't be hey, Graham got us as far as he could go. Yeah. Let's bring in the guy. Okay. It's the same type of situation. It's like, yo, we need to stop the slide. That's what Eddie Howe is your progression on what we have. Graham Potter was, we need a better manager than Thomas Tuchel, and this is the best available manager. This wasn't all right, I don't really trust you have what it takes to get us up here. Because also Thomas Tuchel's won you trophies.
Right, but you would think whoever Chelsea bring in, given the amount of money that they're willing to invest in these transfer windows, they should have Zidane. They should have they should have world-class man. They should have Pep Guardiola. Bro, with the amount of money that they spend.
Zidane just shivered somewhere. Do not put that hex on him, bro.
But that should be the mentality. It can't be we brought in Graham Potter I think I agree with Mike there, because I think there's a feeling of Todd Boehly wanted to have his like stamp on the club, being like the club is gonna follow my vision, and I think Graham Potter will do that. And it was pretty public that Tuchel had issues with Boehly. They just didn't see eye to eye on a lot of things. So there's a little bit of maybe an ego there of like, oh, I can't settle these disagreements with Tuchel, so let me get rid of him and bring in somebody who's gonna be a yes man. And I'm not accusing Graham Potter of that, but maybe it's just a less contentious relationship that Todd Boehly appreciates. Yeah, and these are the results we get.
But Tuchel is kind of a dick.
Tuchel, instead of Tuchel, because people have we're gonna get comments about that because people have said it before.
Fine, Tuchel, looks like someone who doesn't enjoy a tickle.
Everywhere he goes, he falls out with the owner. At PSG, it was the same thing.
Yeah.
At Dortmund, it was the same thing.
Kid's kind of a little bit of a prick,
That's also why he wins. I think the thing is, too, the way Boehly is running the club right now is so different than Abramovich was. If Abramovich was still the owner, Potter would be gone. No question.
The thing that gets you your success is also the thing that ultimately gets you your failure.
Yeah.
Like my wife constantly saying on the phone to her friends, if you found him from cheating, you gonna lose him from cheating. You know what I mean?
Okay, wow.
That seems to be like a common thread. Some of these nurses need to get their lives together, bro.
Your wife sounds like a wife from Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Are you kidding me?
Why is she?
Doobie wrapped hair and everything.
I'm like, have you met your own wife? I don't think she sounds exactly like that.
You spoken to her on the phone, bro? Is a whole nother vibe she brings up. But what I'm saying is like, what people who said live by the gun, die by the gun. The thing that usually brings you to success is usually the thing that will, bring you over the cliff as well. So it sucks. But what Thomas Tuchel needs to do, same thing Graham Potter needs to do, is honestly just like, they just need to relax a little bit. They need to chill.